Welcome back, everyone, to the MCA T10 Bash live from Johor. We are at the match 7 now, and it's shaping up to be a crucial encounter between Maxx Cricket Club and Utkal Cricket Club. Utkal Cricket Club are coming off a disappointing loss and will be desperate to get their first win on the board. Meanwhile, Maxx Cricket Club started their campaign on a high, winning their previous game and now aiming to build momentum with back to back victories. Just now, we've seen the toss, and Maxx Cricket Club have won it, and they've elected to field first, putting some kind of pressure on the mindset of Utkal will be their primary goal. And with that, we've already seen the first ball being delivered. I'm Abra Hussain. I'll be taking you with the live action alongside Amin here at the Tom Box. Amin, what do you think? How will Utkal try to transpire from the early loss they have conceded in this tournament?
And cricket is all about ups and downs, and they need to forget about the loss and looking forward and get some information from the previous games played and apply themselves and try to be more positive and go about it. That's it. All about positiveness.
Yes, Bilal has taken the new ball. He's up against someone like Ganesh, and the batting of Utkal hasn't really fired as well as the bowling. And we have also seen some misfields on that previous outing that Utkal had. So lots of things to really consider for them. And definitely, like you mentioned, it's a new day, so not much really that should be in their minds. But really, sometimes it does play on to you, doesn't it?
Definitely, definitely, Abdul. And they need to work on the positiveness. See, normally, the coach says focus on your positives and work on the weaknesses, and that's how you should do. And one thing we noticed from the game number one until now is the wides and the misfields, miscatches. All these things are costing the game. If they are focusing on do the right things and make use of the opportunities, don't give much extras, and that would be fine. They at least can fight.
Yes, definitely. And so far, Bilal has done a very good job here, trying to get the movement of the pitch, and he's getting good carry as well. You can see where the keeper is gathering it. So, excellent start.
Very impressive. Bilal in the previous games as well. In yesterday's game, he has that height and also got a excellent pace. It's not that easy to go after him when he is very fresh and opening the spell with the new ball.
Yes, and to remind our viewers, Utkal has actually played the match in the Carton Racer against FRCC. And in that match, they opened with someone like Kartik Sood and Jivan Reddy. A good looking pull shot this time to open the account, and Bilal was bowling well, but this short pitch delivery has really helped Ganesh to just open his arms and started the flow of runs with a gorgeous looking pull shot.
That was beautifully played by Ganesh, and he was expecting some of the short balls because he understands that Bilal is going to shoot at him with a short ball, and he jabbed that ball to the mid wicket. A quick boundary, very good thinking indeed.
Yes, and the point that I'm trying to make here is, I mean, the fact that Utkal is just trying to do something different here. That's what the idea that I'm getting, because last day it was the opening stand between Kartik Sood and Jivan Reddy that we saw, but looks like Bilal has the last laugh. What a view this is! Uprooting the stump, and any fast bowler will be absolutely getting goosebumps to just see that delivery. What a start!
Indeed, that's certainly a goosebump delivery from Bilal, a power packed delivery. I would say Ganesh had no clue how to handle that kind of a ball. The ball came in quicker than he expected. Look at the replay here. The long run up, number 12, Bilal to Ganesh. The ball
Oh,
comes in. Done, done for the day.
yes, Bilal can definitely keep watching it all day. This will be an highlight reel for the edges. What a delivery! Absolutely stunning and castled him. So the opening batter, Ganesh, was given a go, and he has also failed. We have to say, the last day they have tried someone like Kartik Sood, and today Ganesh is also not working. So not the best of start that Utkal would have wanted for themselves. But on the other hand, definitely Max Cricket Club will be very delighted.
Good start for Max. Very good start for Max Cricket Club. 1 wicket, the first over, just 4 runs given. Full credit goes to Bilal. Excellent performance. And look at the way he kept up slip for the new bat. Excellent. And keeper and slips are almost standing very far from the batting stumps. They got a lot of space, I believe.
Yes, I think Bilal will want to finish nicely because this is the kind of beginning that definitely Max Cricket Club would have wanted. And look at that, right on the money, X delivery, and almost holding his ground during the follow through, almost like a statement here against the new batter Samsul Ikmal. So really, Bilal Hasrat has started things off brilliantly for Max Cricket Club here.
Fantastic start. And Abrar, I want to ask you an interesting question. And if you are a captain, how do you use Bilal? He bowled first over the opening spell. Would you keep him for the final overs, or you just ask him to bowl two upfront? What do you think? What do you do normally?
Excellent question from my partner Amin here. I think from the impression that I get, especially of Bilal, is the fact that he's extremely good when it comes to the use of the new ball. He's a bowler with a lot of aggression, as we saw that was evident during the last over as well. So I think here, especially because he's picked up a wicket, I think I will persist with him. And especially given the fact that we're in the power play, one more wicket here will really open the floodgates for maybe more mistakes. So I will ask Bilal to continue with the new ball, and I'll just tell him that if you can, just attack the stumps and bowl that heavy length because you definitely have the pace. And just with that slip fielder in play, I think I will continue with Bilal from the next over.
Sounds correct for me. And that's how you should think. That's a positive thinking, Abra. Good one. And while we're talking, there is a boundary given. Samshul Ekmal played beautifully straight against Amir Khan.
Yes, Samir Khan the other day was exceptional with the bat in hand, and I think that is the reason why Max Cricket Club has come out victorious. And today he's coming out with the ball in hand and just conceded a boundary of the very first ball. So excellent from Samsul Ikmal to just not allow Amir Khan to settle in. But we'll have to see if Amir has a better reply here, and that is deviating down the left, down the offside, so overcompensating really for that first ball.
Amir Khan, a crucial inclusion in Max team. He single-handedly won the game for Max in the previous outing. What a player! What an all-rounder!
Yes, and I mean, this needs to be a very good partnership as well, especially because the likes of someone like Amir Khan is being continued with Bilal Hazrat. So the two fast bowlers are very talented and they're very skilled. So, and they've also induced that early damage. So at the moment, the score is 10 with the loss of one, and pressure is truly on these two batters. So they must find out a way to rotate the strike, and they should not be playing dot deliveries. And on occasions, if possible, they should be able to pick up boundaries as well, just to allow the pressure to shift a little bit towards the bowling side.
While we're talking, they took a single, sneak that one, and a good bowling from Amir Khan. This is a power play. I remind you guys, and the bowling dots, giving dots and singles is okay for T10 game. Just given one boundary, all the three consecutive boundaries on the spot, and he is a thinking cricketer. You can expect excellence from him all the time.
And Amir Khan usually gets that natural movement away from the right hander, and it brilliant delivery this time from Amir Khan. So after conceding that first ball for a boundary, I think he's come back quite nicely.
Oh, very well done from Amir Khan. The first two overs went in favor of Max Cricket Club, and now it's time for UCC to show their batting skills, bring the tempo up, and one more ball left before Amir Khan closes out.
Jivan is onside, thickish edge, and the valiant effort by the slip fielder, but it goes down begging. But you can't really blame the fielder, can you? But I think you mentioned, I mean, just a few overs back, the slip fielder was slightly wideish, and that's really something that was the reason for not being able to get it quite easily, wasn't it?
Should have kept a little bit closer to the umpire because that is the usual place where the slip fielder stand. But this happened. But with that said, that was a brilliant effect from the fielder himself. He tried. Look at the two keeper and the fielder jumping between. It looked like a fantastic view from here, and I'm quite unlucky that he missed that catch. Otherwise, it would have been the best catch of this tournament.
Oh, yes, definitely. We've seen some very good catches as well, even though the rate of drop catches should have been slightly lower. But otherwise, some fielding efforts were absolutely stunning throughout. But you can see that the captain has still persisted with that wideish slip, and it looks like there's a change in the bowling. It's not Bilal Hazrat who's coming back into bowling, and we're seeing the introduction of spin. So, a decision that has baffled me a little bit, but we'll have to wait and watch if it favors the bowling side. The captain has introduced himself. It is Peter Isaac into the attack.
Looks like a different strategy followed by Isaac, and he is keeping the bowler for the final overs. That's what I guess. Because only two options you have, right? You can use your premium bowler for the first two overs, or you can use him for the last one. So what I understand is Isaac somehow realized that Jeevan and Samchol are not going at a great speed, great strike rate against the bowlers. So he himself comes in because this is a kind of a taking a risk, and he is okay to take that risk to bring himself in and contain, finish the power play. Then he can play around with Bilal later.
I wonder what the delay is for. There's a lot of discussion going on, and umpires, I think, need to get involved here because the batters are ready, and there's a little bit of a confusion regarding the captain of Max Cricket Club. But interestingly, he has still decided to continue with himself, and looks like the fast bowler is not to come into the attack now. But irrespective of it, I think not the most conventional bowler that he is. He really creates chances occasionally because the batters will always be a little confused to how he goes. And at the very last moment, you can see that the ball occasionally even dips. So starts off nicely here.
Beautiful bowling. Isaac. That is some brave bowling. You have off spin. You're an off spinner. And you like to bowl in the last over of the power play. That's really a bravery.
And surprisingly, we can see that someone like Jivan and Samsul Ikmal are not really trying to go after the bowling. You can see that he's not afraid to flight the ball. He's creating that angle which is bringing the ball into the right hander. And for a moment, I thought that the slog sweep could be a very good option here. But the batters have just tried to play it in a way it looks like we're not watching a T10 game. Do you think something that is different, or are you agreeing with me here?
100% agree with you. Abdul. What kind of you need to go after the off spinner? As simple as that. Whatever the line is bowling, just go after him. Create the threat. You are in the power play, 10 overs game. Why do you want to play a defensive shot? I don't think that makes sense for me.
Yes, and Utkal has really been guilty of it, haven't they? Even in the previous outing, they were quite struggling for runs there, and even today, it's looking quite difficult for Utkal. They don't really bat deep, and they're really in search of a batter who's with good form here. So far, that's not been the case. That is even on display, and at the moment, they've already played quite a few deliveries for just 11 runs on the board.
Well, that's what happening with Utkal these days because you see the opponents how they play. They have a very strong batting units, and the openers are swashbuckling, hitting fours and sixes, creating the threat, and that fear factor is missing in Utkal. That's what I can say.
Yes, definitely. They are missing out on a batter who is trying to take charge. And in most of the other games, I think, if I'm not wrong, the score that is being put on by the batters are around 90 to 100. But whenever Utkal is batting, it looks like they're just trying to play cricket at a pace of run a ball. And at this level, is that going to be enough? I don't think so, because most of the teams have advanced when it comes to power hitting. And that iconic bowling action of Peter Isaac comes into play. And I think he was quite optimistic to think that would not be signaled wide. Umpire makes the right decision here.
It looks like he saw the batter is going to reverse sweep. That's the reason he created that angle. But it's a half-hearted shot. That's why umpire did not give that as a wide.
Yes, Peter is definitely someone who thrives on rhythm here. He creates that difficult angle. Sometimes he uses that pace and drifts it in. So, in a format like this where batters like to dominate, Peter can be someone who can just, with his variation, pick up wickets when he needs to for his team. So, an interesting over comes to completion. And at the moment, really, momentum is with Max Cricket Club.
More than Peters over, I would um, definitely stress that Jeevan would have played it much better. Samshul and Jeevan should have played much better cricket than they are displaying now. Why do you want to defend? Why do you want to play singles in the power play? That's the only question I have. What do you think of that?
Yes, it was something that has baffled me as well. I think an intent is missing. They're not trying to go after the bowling here, and it's not like the some of the deliveries are looking like unplayable. If you know what I mean, I think they were on the full length, and sometimes when the clock sweep comes in, it can be easy for the batters as well. But so far, it looks like they're not trying. That's the point that we're trying to make here, aren't we?
100%. And it's all about your intent that gives the vibration to the bowler. If you are very positive and go after him, he will make mistakes. That's how you manipulate the bowlers.
Yes, and spin to continue. So looks like the captain, Peter Isaac, has sensed it that the spinners are getting a little bit of a grip from the surface, and Jeevan and Samsul, both the batters of Utkal, are really struggling to score runs here. Oh, poor delivery this time, no control, and there's a little bit of a breeze that is on the go here, I think, and that has also allowed the ball to just travel a little bit further across the stump.
Yeah, that one was like a banana swing for a spinner. It's quite a weird to see that only because of the breeze I can see.
Persisting on that channel outside the Ostrom, and that is cut away nicely by Samsul, and he rotates the strike. But so far, I don't think we have seen too many boundaries, just a couple of them. And it looks like they are just trying to find themselves out of a situation which they are themselves putting themselves in. So it's quite difficult to explain how it's going on there. I'm waiting to see if any kind of rash shot is coming out, and you can see that clear miscommunication. And if the throw was better, almost look like there will be a fall of a wicket.
The intent is missing clearly, and Isaac is a pretty smart captain to bring the spinner in quickly after the power play.
Oh, look at that. Deservingly so. He's picked up a wicket, and that man, Jeevan Reddy, has to walk back to the pavilion. It is reward for some smart bowling, and Hafiz shines with his leg spin.
That is a beautiful piece of bowling. He dominated, and look at the way he played the shot. The head is looking at the sky, and the bat and the body is out of shape. It's not the right way to play that down the crease shot, and absolutely nowhere to connect that ball anywhere. And it's a pricey wicket for the bowler, and an easy one for him. The keeper did a majestic job collecting the ball without wasting any seconds, taken the bails out, and that's a treat to watch for any spinners. Getting the bat stumped.
I think that was result of some frustration as well. The batter was just putting himself in a lot of pressure and eventually just seemed like he just wanted to go back to the pavilion. It looks like he was not being able to do much, and that's really not the kind of mentality that we want to be seen on the center wicket here, because you really want to see batters just try to hang in there and maybe just play those deft touches if the big shots are not coming. But so far, looks like the bowlers are not being having to do anything too difficult. They're just playing within themselves and picking up wickets.
And it's entirely max dominance in the first 4 overs, and they're not giving anything back to the batting team. They're sticking with the basics, bowling on the right zones. That's it.
How many times we've seen a batter just watching that ball go all the way to the keeper, almost like a test match. But let me remind our viewers we're watching a T10 game, but it has been absolute domination from Max Cricket Club here.
I would say it's a crime to leave a ball in a T10 game. Brad. It's not accepted. You get out, not a problem, but you leave the ball. That's a crime.
Yes, with 10 wickets in hand in a 10 over game, I think it really allows the batting side to just go after the bowling because plenty of batters are waiting out there to just have a go. And at the moment, neither Samsul nor the new batter is just looking like they'll get a move on here. So really, Hafiz is enjoying his outing. Just he's looking like he's flighting the ball and pitching it, and he's getting dots after dot. And looks like the only way the scoreboard is getting some kind of runs is by extras.
Number seven, Ajab Khan in action and not giving anything to the batter. And this seems to be a strangling, whereas all the other teams able to hit the spinners left, right, and center. But here it's not happening. Even the normal spinners, the part-time spinners are dominating the batters.
And almost plays on to that one, just getting an inside edge, and he's lucky that that ball did not travel to hit the stump. So excellent over once again comes to completion, and Utkal is really in search of some rhythm here.
They definitely need someone to take in charge and go after the bowler. You don't worry about losing wickets. If you stay there not playing the shots, and what is the point? You play T10. Four bowlers have been used by Max, Ajab Khan, Bilal, Isaac, and Amir Khan, and all of them did their job.
Once again, a play and a miss, and you can see that on that occasion, it was a fuller delivery, and we have seen on the previous games that if it is pitched there, sometimes the batters are just happy to thrash it across the offside, but they're just missing it and just happy to play dot balls. So very interesting. At the moment, the score is 25 with the loss of 2 wickets, and this is turning out to be a very one-sided affair. Finally, a good looking shot, this time swept away, and that is what we are talking about the intent. If you play shots like that, I think it is much better because boundaries like that can definitely keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's really good one. Finally, this is what needed. You need to break that tempo. You need to break that incidents because playing too many dots and singles not gonna help your team at any cost. And he is up against Mohammad Nakib, bowler from Max. Is a fifth bowler being introduced.
And finally, a shift in momentum. This time, smashes it down the ground and gets yet another maximum. Really, what The Utkal team needed, and finally, some runs have started to flow.
There was stand and deliver shot, ball on the zone, no double thinking, just hit the ball straight forward. And you need that intensity badly in this format. And for me, they've already lost almost 4 overs. This is the fifth over. They need to buckle up.
Yes, can't really hold back anymore. They have to go after everything if they want to put on a good score because Max Cricket Club is actually a very strong batting lineup. So they have to do exceedingly well with the bat in hand when they are trying to put a big score at the board. So really, we're seeing a little bit of a shift in the momentum. They have to continue this way. And someone like Samsul will also have to complement his partner if they are able to do it. And look at that leading edge, this time traveling almost to the fielder, but not carrying. So he survives, but very tentatively.
Good comeback from Rakib.
Hurries on to that and produces a dot ball. So that completes the over. And this is being, yet again, in spite of the boundaries, I think Max Cricket Club will feel that they're still in control.
That's certain. The way they are coming back in the game is absolutely wonderful. They're not allowing the batters go consistently. A couple of boundaries here and there, but apart from that, the first 5 overs completely dominated by Max.
He starts off with a good delivery there. A dot ball. Just trying to go for the big heave. Just missed that completely. It's another good delivery. I mean, what do you think about the deck third game? We've seen two very good games before this.
And this is a complete dominant by the bowling team here. The first 5 overs, and nothing much happened. Only now they're getting back to the groove, and boundaries are coming the last couple of overs only. And they have a huge task in hand, Harman. They need to keep producing the sixes and fours quite often, or else it's very hard to come back in this T10 format.
Yeah, it is not going to be easy. But what a good hit was that in between a maximum. I mean, with a Shamshul with the big heave.
That shot looked so promising for me, and if you capitalize on that, and that would be very beneficial for Max team, for Utkals actually.
And this time a little quicker delivery. And that will be a quick single. What sort of a score do you think is going to be a good one on this wicket?
You need to have at least minimum 80 runs to be on the safer side. Over 80 to 100 is a decent target. Over 100 is a par total where you can defend most of the time. But anything less than 80 runs is chaseable.
With that, the over gets completed.
Ajab Khan is back. The ball is second over. Ajay Khan bowling the leg spin. There was a convincing shot, very up and handsome. That's a huge six from Samshul Ekmal, and he's been rocking. Fantastic shot.
Yeah, that was a brilliant strike. Powerful, fierce strike, half a dozen. Comes back with the dot delivery. Oh, that's a free hit. That's a biggie. That's a freebie given by the bowler. That's a half a dozen. Smoked away. Loose delivery. Pays the price for it.
And this is unwanted from Ajab Khan. And when the team is doing really well and you're bowling full toss and is ball to be asked to hit, and the batter will get confident. And this is a dangerous format. If he stays there for another 4 overs, and it's going to be very, very risky.
Oh, there's the chance. This might be a wicket. Yes, it is. The keeper calls for it and completes the catch. The leg spinner gets the wicket there. Nicely flighted. Gets the big one.
There is a danger man going out. Ajab Khan finally has some last laugh of getting that wicket. It's a big one for Maxx. Utkal just found the momentum, the wrong time to lose a wicket like Inan. It's a power hitter from their side. Number 9 is out, and Samshul is there. He's a renowned batter. 57 for 3 after 6.3 overs.
Another good
That's
delivery.
clean.
Another good delivery.
That's out. Look at the bowling here. It's an excellent, excellent bowling. Good comeback after giving the couple of sixes. Ajib Khan really brought back his team to the momentum again. Couple of wickets, one as an LBW, one as a leading edge. There's a good mix of deliveries that gave him that wicket. Seems like quite a friendly guy. Ajab Khan had some conversation with the umpires and making some light moments with his colleagues, with his teammates. With that,
At the end of the over,
So 1 run easily taken. They have only 3 overs left, and it's just 18 balls left in the first innings. They'll be looking to score at least 80 runs to stay ahead in this competition.
And they need some big hits.
That one was very far from the keeper. Would have been much better had the fielder threw the ball pretty flatter. It's always the opportunities. You need to create them. It won't come to you. So those are the opportunities. They're missing it. The basics are very, very important in cricket. And nicely played on the legs. There is a fielder protecting that boundary line. Only 1 run taken. But weird. They would have taken 2 runs. So big swing and a miss. Karthik Sood is a batter. Mohammad Shoaib bowling really well in the eighth over. A swing and a miss again. Ball goes behind the keeper. Ball goes straight. There is a man there, but not able to catch it. A very good over from Mohammad Shoaib. 2 overs, 14 runs, and finished the eighth over. And 65 for 4 Utkal. They'll be looking to score at least 15 to 20 runs in the last 2 overs. But that's going to be a very big challenge if Bilal bowls.
Yeah, a couple of more overs remaining.
A big swing and a miss. That's what Bilal can do at the death overs. It is a good strategy that Isaac kept him for the death 1 over. This is the penultimate over. A smart move by him because it will definitely cut the runs scored at the death because Bilal is a quality bowler.
Yeah, Bilal, he's smart as well. He knows to vary his length. A little shuffle there. That's another dot ball.
Nicely bowled. Yorker length outside the off stump. Looks like it's a boundary. What a smart game by Karthik Sood. Number 2. Excellent game.
That was brilliantly played. If someone asks you about piercing the gap, this should be shown to him. That's how you do it.
Masterclass batting by Karthik here. And the Yorker was in an intention to give only 1 run. That is the bowler's thought process. But that converted into a boundary. That's a batter skill. And what an improvisation here. Superbly done by the keeper, by the fielder. I think they lost it. It was a wonderful, wonderful effort at the deep. But all credit goes to the batter. The way he improvised and played the shot.
That was just brilliant. There was brilliance in the outfield. There was brilliance with the bat in hand, trying to go for that rebound catch but missed it.
A dominant performance by Max here. Anything under 100, there's a high chance he can chase the target. It's a very good bowling again by Bilal here, not giving anything easy to the batter. Only one ball left in his beautiful spell, the second over. Look at that, he's the one who got that first wicket for Max.
Hey, scored really well, Bilal. 1 for 13 in its 1.5 overs. Very impressive for this format.
Last ball of the penultimate over, bowled by Bilal. A big swing and no timing at all, not in shape. Ended in a dot ball. That's how he bowls. And just 8 runs came in the penultimate over. That's the every captain likes that. Anything less than 10, it's a successful over because that's where you'll be taken for granted and hit fours and sixes with the opponents. Only 1 over left, 73 on the board, 4 overs gone. And how much total is the safest total from here? And Harman, what do you think?
Well, I think they need another 20 runs at least in this next over. Get towards that reachable score that they can defend.
Very fair judgment, Harman. I'm seriously thinking that plus 20 is at least a defendable target. Anything less than that, I don't think it's that easy to defend it with the likes of batters you have in Max. Isaac, he can clear the ropes each time. And look at that, a good length delivery. Ball goes straight to the fielder. No harm for the bowling team. They're very happy to give ones and twos.
And then 1 run added on. Amir Khan doing the right thing. That slower one. Good death bowling. Really good death bowling there.
The experience counts, actually. Amir Khan is an experienced candidate. Not only he can bowl, trust me, he'll come as an opener and he can hit fours and sixes at will. Last game, he won it single-handedly for Max.
It's an appeal there.
Looked like a wide, but something touched the bat, I believe. That's what umpire is signaling leg by. So it touched the pad.
Probably the contact with the pad as he was trying to shuffle. Okay, beautifully bowled. Another dot ball. Dot ball in this format is pure gold.
100%. 100% or not. That is a gold dust. And couple of balls left. A big hit. The ball goes up. Looks like someone is catching. No, he couldn't catch it because the angle is totally different and not comfortable to take the catch. But nothing harms Max now. They have only 1 ball left, and we were discussing about 20 runs extra. But look at that. Amir Khan's over. Not even given 6 runs in this over. That is masterclass bowling.
It's going to be another single. End of the over. Have they gone for the second? Yes, they have. Ten overs done. 78 for 4. So 79 the target. It's not going to be an easy one to defend. I mean,
and it is very challenging for the bowling team. Now the Utkal needs to bowl, and they set 78 as a target, 79 to win, and the match will start in a flash. Amir Khan, look at the Amir Khan's over. The last over was brilliant. Just 4 runs came in bat and 1 leg by 2 overs he bowled. Just 12 runs given. That is some sensational bowling. And Isaac's captaincy, we must give credit to Isaac's captaincy because he brought in Bilal at the rear end of the game. It's a penultimate over, and last over by Amir Khan. That's all from the com box now. We'll join you shortly for the second innings. Thank you.
And with that, we're back with live action. Utkal have managed to put on a score of 78 runs for the loss of 4 wickets, a total that keeps them in the contest definitely, but only just. So a steady rebuild was done after early damage, but they couldn't really explode into a very flourishing end. So now it's over to Max Cricket Club, who will boast a power-packed batting lineup, and definitely they are in with a chance to really come up with their second victory in this tournament. On paper, this chase should be a walk in the park, but only if they avoid early hiccups. So the key will be a calm, calculated start, and if Max keep their wickets in hand, they have more than enough firepower up their rank to really chase this down very, very quickly. So with that information, we have Herman up here. So what do you think? How the batting approach should be, and what should be the bowling mindset as well?
Well, I think for the batting team, it's not a very big target to chase, but again, you want to get towards that total in 7 or 8 overs, get your run rate up and going. Because sometimes what we see is these low scoring games, as per this format, if you take it too deep, the bowling side just makes a very good come at the end. So you've got to be a little cautious and not get carried away that there are not many runs on the board. We can win this game easily. What I would say is not take it easy as a batting side. And for the bowling side, go get early wickets. That is going to get you the match.
Looks like the batters of Max Cricket Club are still waiting to get out there, but I'm quite surprised to see that Prajwal Reddy is keeping wickets for Utkal once again. He's someone who's a part-timer. He's a handy batter and a capable all-rounder with the ball in hand as well. But it is quite interesting that Utkal is going in with the inexperience of Prajwal just behind the stump, especially because the other day we saw so many misfields up from him whenever the ball was pitched down the leg side. So I'm hoping that he has a better day with the glove, but let's see how things go. And looks like it's spin to start things off. And as often as we have seen, Peter Isaac has walked out to the middle, and it starts off with a wide.
Yeah, first runs on the board. I like the option of spin, and also I love that slip in the cordon. Good thinking.
And look at that. Creates a little bit of room and smashes it on the leg side. So starts off with a boundary to open the account for the very dangerous Peter Isaac.
Didn't waste any time. That was actually a gift as well, a wrapped gift. And he takes him on for a boundary.
I think the intention was exposed quite early, but irrespective to all, I think, regardless of it, the bowler could not really adjust. So that's really something that he will be quite aware of, and hopefully he can make a comeback. Because if Peter Isaac starts flourishing in this way, it will be very early when the innings can be brought into a close. We can see that the first fumble is already there, and like I mentioned, this wicketkeeper is not a full-time one, so we'll have to see if he's able to do a good job behind. And it's a risky thing to do, especially in this format, because the ball can eventually travel, and if the keeper is not alert behind the stump, it can be very difficult.
Rightly mentioned, many mistakes can cost you.
And look at that, place nicely on the offside this time. So work to be done, and the ball races away. So really, the batters of Max Cricket Club starting to look very dangerous.
Especially if you don't get early wickets and you leak those runs, then things will be difficult for UCC. And Max Cricket Club is off to a good start.
And this time played aerially towards the offside, cut away nicely in the end. And once again, another boundary turning out to be a very expensive start for Utkal here.
Not the ideal bowling. Not the ideal bowling, but brilliant batting. That late cut, slicing that one, picks up the boundary.
This is something that Utkal definitely would not have wanted. They do not have too much on the board. The slip has moved away and trying to contend the batter. And look at that, the ball keeps slightly lower than the batter has anticipated. And because of that, it was a dot ball. He's looked very surprised, and I'm in full agreement with him because nothing much could be done when the ball is not bouncing. This time a fuller delivery, almost a low full toss, and I think he's missed out on that one.
Yeah, just another single.
End of the first over then, an expensive start, and Peter Isaac will be happy for his team. Maxx Cricket Club looks like they have momentum with their side. He's partnered by Mushtaq Ahmed, and the first over wasn't the best of it when it comes to containing these two batters. So 14 runs coming off the first over from the over of Samsul and 15 runs on the board. Right now we see the introduction of a medium pacer. Nicely played with the use of the wrist, and that will be a single.
This is good batting. Wristy play gets him that one quick single.
This is a very unique run up. Looks like he runs in a diagonal fashion and trying to get that ball coming into the right hander. Plays to the merit of the ball. Doesn't really have to do anything extra because they already have some runs on the board.
There'll be another single only. It started off well. Stark took on the control, went on for those big hits. That's the kind of start you want.
Use of the feet this time and just a touch too far on the offside, so that's been signaled a wide.
There's that extra run that you cannot afford to give at this moment. That required run rate dropping down. It's a good start for the Maxx Cricket Club.
Yes, it's well within reach. 62 in 8.4 is something that they will fancy their chances against. And that is guided nicely towards third man for another single. And it brings in Mushtaq on strike.
Yeah, another single. This is smart cricket. You've got the runs in the first over.
Lava Kumar steaming in with that diagonal run up. Attacks the stump and nicely played in the air. Just trying to chip that over the top of the infield. And the fielder just losing his run in the process, just allowing the batters to exchange positions for a couple of runs.
A single, a chance there, but well away from the fielder.
Two more deliveries remaining. This has been a good over so far. And staying down the leg side, no chance for the wicketkeeper. And that is running away to the boundary. Good footwork by the fielder there. and eventually stops it before reaching the boundary.
Good fielding, stealing some runs. That's what you need at the moment.
Giving us an impression that perhaps that last delivery just slipped out of his grip, and so he's using the towel to just soak up that sweat because he can't afford to bowl those looseners down the leg side. As I mentioned before, it's a part-time wicketkeeper, and it's very difficult for that young man to be able to stop those. Two more deliveries still remaining. Nicely cut away this time. Third man is there, but he's unable to stop it. So disappointing performance in the field from Utkal once again. But Mustaq will not miss away on those.
This has been a big over. Started off as a silent one with those extras given, and now the boundary. Mushtaq is in mood to finish off the game as soon as possible. Looking for that early finish.
Yes, this is a very dangerous opening partnership, especially because we know that Peter Isaac also has a reputation to go after the bowling. And right now, he doesn't really have to do much because that is pulled away with authority. What a shot that is. I think that's the most convincing boundary we've seen today.
He's taking on the bowlers. End of the over. 16 of it, 2 completed, 31 for Dara loss.
Very expensive. We can see that the shoulders are starting to drop in the field for Utkal. They can't afford to do it because if they lose this one, they will be well and truly out of the contest. As we can see in the leaderboard, it's looking very convincing for the likes of FRCC because they've already won 2 out of 2. And if Maxx Cricket Club go on to win this, they will find themselves in a very good situation.
They are very comfortable at the moment. Run a ball needed to win. That's easy, as you say, in this format at least, or any format. Run a ball, very capable.
Is Rajat Kumar Barik who's coming out to bowl here. But he definitely has his work cut off. Run a ball, as you mentioned, is never going to be too threatening for Maxx Cricket Club. And unfortunate for Utkal, they haven't picked up wickets either.
You need wickets if you want to defend such a total. Wickets are the key. 79 the target.
Oh, that was well bowled, but the keeper once again fails to gather that. And off the extras, a couple of runs will be taken.
There will be buy signal there from the umpire. It's that flighted delivery.
And this time down on one knee and smashed it. What a shot, but straight to the fielder. It is taken. Lava Kumar is the man who eventually holds on to that one, and the captain has to walk back. So, anticlimactic, really. It was a good looking shot, but he's unfortunate to have found that lone fielder deep down there.
Yeah, that was a brilliant catch in the deep. Lovely take. In the end, a wicket comes in. Looking for the big heave, was looking for the big shot.
So wicket is something they have finally picked up here. The captain has gone back to the pavilion. It was a good delivery from Rajat Kumar Barik, and Lava Kumar was equally good when it comes to just being able to hold on to that. And once again, we can see that a very good delivery is attacking the stump, and Amir Khan has walked out to the middle.
And this is good bowling from Rajat Kumar, especially when you get a wicket in your very first over. That confidence also increases. He's mixing the deliveries quite well. Good variation we saw there.
Waits onto that one and plays with a little bit of finesse, and the misfield allows the runs to be taken. So that's something that they will be quite aware of. They can't allow the partnership once again to develop because they've just picked up a wicket, and this is the time to apply the brakes on the scoring rate.
Yeah, he's cut that one well. Little late. Another 2 runs added to the board.
Nice looking square drive, doesn't pick up the gap, and it's a dot ball. At the moment, the score on the board is 35. They need 44 more, and they have to do it in 7.1. So there is plenty of time. The pressure is not really on them. It's the bowling side that is still searching for another wicket because it's been a good over. Oh, just when I say that, that has smashed down the ground and it will be the pressure release. So excellent batting from Amir Khan.
And the boundary coming in. That's a brilliant strike. Stand and deliver. Ends the over with a 4. It's still a good over. 6 off it, plus a wicket. 3 done, 39 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Yes, the power play is lifted, but I think the damage is done because the required run rate is now well below 6. So the chase is well and truly on track. Despite losing that 1 wicket, I think Maxx have counterpunched in style, especially thanks to that boundary from Amir Khan. So they're looking very comfortable still, and momentum, irrespective of the fall of the wicket, is truly and firmly with Maxx Cricket Club.
Yeah, 48 more to win. 40, I beg your pardon, from the last 7 overs. It's going to be G1 with the ball.
Interesting. You can see that there's a leg slip in play, and I'm starting to wonder, is it because they need a little bit of protection for the keeper? And you can see that was a poor delivery from Jeevan to start things off. You can't really afford to bowl there, especially against someone like Mushtaq, who's really playing in a very attacking fashion. So just freebies. The gift was on offer, and he has taken it with a very happy mindset.
Yeah, sliding down the leg, a full toss, and given the treatment. Poor delivery.
This is very interesting. A leg slip is in play, and Jeevan is just persisting with that line down the leg side. And these are not the kind of deliveries you want when you're trying to hunt for wickets. So, really, not the best of options when it comes to choosing a bowler. The captain should have been more proactive and maybe gone in with another spinner. They have the likes of some of them. Rajat Kumar Barik just bowled a very good over. So, this required to be a good one. But looks like runs are starting to come once again for Maxx Cricket Club.
That's a dot
Much
delivery.
better delivery on that occasion.
That's what I think abroad is the kind of batting that Maxx Cricket Club has done has been really, really good. They took on the attack from the very first over, and that's where the game changes.
Yes, and thanks to someone like Mushtaq Ahmed, who's taken in the charge, and what an elegant looking shot. This time over the leg side, and umpire will definitely hit a 6 signal. What a shot that is. Almost innovation and the cheekiness coming into play with that one.
Yeah, that's the innovative cricket that we like to see. Cheeky as he goes. 50 up on the scoreboard with that. This is brilliant work. It just require another 29 to win from here. Looks like it's going to be an early finish.
Yes, an exciting contest, definitely when it comes to the batting of Maxx Cricket Club. And look at that, that is a very gorgeous looking shot. This is played across the offside and one for the photographers. What a shot!
That was a scenic shot. Using his feet. That was brilliantly done.
Yes, Jeevan doesn't really have the pace to test someone like Amir Khan, and is a very seasoned campaigner. And on that last occasion, I think we have to say that that was high class. Stepped in the line of comfort zone when it comes to that area, and I think it was lifted effortlessly over extra cover, and the ball just kept sailing over that cover region for a six. An opportunity, and these are tough ones, so it is good that he was able to stop it. So finishes with a dot, but expensive regardless. 4 overs done, 56 with the loss of one. Utkal in search of a bowler who can pick up a wicket, and it is that man, Raja Kumar Barik, who has delivered before. He's come back into the attack. He's given away just 6 runs in his first over, and he's picked up the wicket of Peter Isaac. Can he just maintain those tight lines and exert a little bit of pressure? That will be the question here. That is well bowled, attacking the stump. That is the right mindset, and the execution is absolutely top notch.
Yeah, this is good work. Rajat has been impressive in his first over also.
Oh,
Ooh,
that is
bogey
well
there.
taken. Yes, I think the keeper did well as well to just cover the ground and be able to take it, but the umpire was in a little bit of a pressure situation because the appeal was perhaps for LBW as well, and the keeper was also claiming a catch there. But now I think that was definitely hitting his pad, but I don't think it was hitting the stump. That's why the umpire was not in favor. Good cricket.
Good bowling from Rajat.
Yes, he's creating that difficult angle, isn't he? And especially keeping someone like Mustaq Ahmed quiet. It's not easy, but so far he's been able to do it in his first three deliveries.
3 dot balls to start.
Yes, and I think Mustaq Ahmed realizes that it's not going to be easy to play against Rajat Kumar Barik, so he's happily just playing with soft hands and brings back the very dangerous Amir Khan on strike. 18 of 8, so he's really trying to just hit his way out of trouble because if he continues to bat the way he is, he can inflict a lot of damage. Rocks back on the back foot this time and just nudges it down the ground for a single. So excellent over so far from Rajat Kumar Barir. He needs to finish well.
Yeah, brilliant over. Conceding just 2 runs.
Oh, how often have we seen this? Sometimes after bowling a very good over throughout, you can occasionally bowl that loosener on the last ball. This time not damage done, but wasn't the best of deliveries. End of 5 overs, it's 59 with the loss of one, and Rajat Kumar Barik has just finished his spell. So right now 20 needed in 5 overs, and we have a change in the com box. At the moment, I'm joined by Amin. So welcome back, Amin. How do you think the innings is progressing?
And this is one-sided, Abrar. What a game! What a cricket they're playing. And Amir Khan, we witnessed the swashbuckling innings yesterday. Single-handedly won the game for his team. Now he's doing it again. What a consistent all-rounder. Good with ball, coming back, opening the innings. 19 of 9. Excellent performance. 5 overs, 59 runs scored already. Losing just only one wicket. They just need 20 runs. They're very close to the win.
Yes, Amir Khan the other day scored 36, and today he's continuing in that fashion. At the moment, 19 of just 9 deliveries. In this tournament, his strike rate is well and truly above 220. So that really shows how good of a batsman he has been. But today, I think another fresh prospect has been someone like Mushtaq Ahmed. He's delivered quite well, 27 of just 15 deliveries. Right now, they've introduced Samsul Ikmal, but I think it can work both ways because someone like Mustaq Ahmed will be just eyeing to attack this bowler. Let's see how it goes. Starts off
And
brilliantly
you
but played straight to the fielder.
rightly said, Abrar. And he was ready to hit him. Like, want to finish the proceedings much quicker than expected. And Mushtaq on 28 of 16 balls and 19 of 9 balls. Both of them have a fabulous strike rate. Almost Mushtaq almost closer to uh, 200 and Amir Khan over 200.
Cut away this time on the offside, and the ball is traveling. It will win the race because this is lightning fast outfield and an excellent shot that has picked up yet another boundary.
I am making it looking so easy for Max now. They are almost at the verge of winning. Just three boundaries to win this game. That's how you see T10s. It's not about overs, it's not about balls, it's about boundaries and sixes.
Yes, and this chase is definitely turning out to be a walk in the park. The batters are in full control. This time a leading edge. The keeper is traveling, but eventually shot third man gets it. A fall of the wicket just when it was required, but a twist too late in the tail, definitely because just 15 runs are needed.
15 runs needed, and Amir Khan did his job. If you ask me, 10 balls, 23, he did his job, and he's like very optimistic. He go for the shot, one misses out, and that's okay. You have 64 on the scoreboard, 15 to win, and whoever comes next, I wish they'll finish this game quickly.
Yes, I think the damage is already done, like we mentioned. Mushtaq Ahmed has scored 28 of 16 deliveries, and Amir Khan came out to bat of his 10 deliveries, scored 23. So both of them have batted well, and now it's not too long before the innings will come to conclusion. We have to give credit to Samsul Ikmal. He's bowled a very good delivery and picked up the wicket of Amir Khan here. But I think the other batters will continue because net run rate can be something that they can still play for.
I sometimes really wonder some of the batters are well ahead of their generation. For example, Shahid Afridi, he started his innings like a T10 game, even in way back many years ago. He scored the fastest century, and that record took long time to get broken. 37 ball century, I believe. That's he started that. So the East is a legend. And when we see T10s here, and he started those things way back.
Yes, I think in that era, some other names also come in my mind. The likes of someone like Virendra Sehwag as well as Adam Gilchrist, Matthew Hayden, Sanat Surya. So some of them had actually started playing this aggressive kind of cricket back then. And of course, Syed Afridi is on a league of his own because The way he used to bat, it was very different. Right now, we are seeing a T10 tournament, and Ajaf Khan has walked out to the middle and smashes it. This time, that slog clears that front leg and smashes it. Absolutely deposited into the stands.
What a carnage from Ajib Khan. Walks in, hit a six. That's what T20 is, and that's what excitement is. That's why we are conducting T10 tournaments to give you excitements and entertainment. And this game is going on the right direction.
9 runs needed, so it will definitely take them one more over. One delivery remaining, Samsul Ikmal, and he will keep strike Ajab Khan with that single. So 71 runs on the board, and right now they are cruising towards victory.
Yeah, very close to the victory. And the bowlers these days, these kind of things happening. The new batter come in and whacking a six, that's quite hurtful for the bowlers because he already picked up a wicket. He's in a solid state of mind and want to bowl to check the new batter by throwing the ball up or a little bit of odd balls, then getting punished. This is not happened in the way back in 90s in 2000. This won't happen. When a wicket falls down, they take singles. They want to steady the ship. Those Sangakaras and Mahela Jayawardhanas, they play singles a lot and big innings, but now T10 has changed the dimension of cricket entirely, 180 degrees.
Yes, definitely. But still, I think even though we are seeing a lot of T10 and T20 tournaments around, even in this Malaysian circuit, we have seen some of the likes of someone like Virendip Singh and Said Aziz. They are batters who are very aggressive. They bat with a very good strike rate, but you can't really question their technique. They are multi-dimensional talent. They're very good with the bat in hand with their aggressive shots, but they do not compromise on their proper cricketing skill as well. So that's really something we can also take note of. So when it comes to power hitting, it still has to be done with a lot of technique. Yesterday in a international game, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it was Team David who hit a very scintillating century, and it was power, brute force, but the shots were coming with such proper skill that it is exceptional to see. So that's something that I'm more interested in.
And that gives you longevity as well, Abrar. If you have a solid technique, that will take you miles.
Talk about Miles, that is uppishly played, but the fielder is in the deep, so it will be only a single. So they're dealing in single here against Sai Kumar so far, and looks like from here it will just take one more big shot to seal the victory.
Very close. One hit away from victory. Ajab is a strong candidate.
That was well bowled, closing in on the angle, almost yorked himself up, but eventually plays it nicely for a single.
5 runs to win. The dugout is looking for a six from Mushtaq to finish the game in style. Can that happen in Sai Kumar's over?
Oh, uppishly played. That will be travelling towards the boundary line, but fielder does well to pick it up and just single in the end.
Very nicely played by Mushtaq. 1 run. I thought it would have been 2 runs, but they're taking it easy. They're just one shot away from the victory. Ajab Khan looking to do that. With just a couple of balls left. This will increase their run rate, net run rate as well.
Ah, poor delivery, really. Kind of an anticlimax. We thought that the batter will do something and eventually come out victorious, but it is wide down the leg side, and umpire signals 5 runs off it. So, with that, the game is over. Max Cricket Club seal it, and I can't say in style, but they'll take it. And it is definitely a comprehensive 8 wicket victory over Utkal here. They have managed to do it with pure domination from the very start. It was Amir Khan and Mustaq Ahmed who delivered the goods. Mustaq Ahmed has scored 30 of 18 and Amir Khan 23 of 11. Nothing much to talk about when it comes to bowling. Rajat Kumar Barik did a good job in his 2 overs, giving away 9 runs. But other than that, Utkal really did not have any kind of answers today. They were outplayed in every department, and Max Cricket Club marched on to victory, and they're right on the chart when it comes to the leaderboards. So, with that, we conclude from up here. There is just one more game remaining today, so I request our viewers to stay with us. We'll be coming back with live action.
Thank you, guys.